Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take another look here at Fantom, see what's going on. This is a request from my community members. Thank you so much for requesting this. Apologize for the delay, but at this point it does kind of look like the bleeding has stopped. We'll see. Obviously take a closer look. Now if you're not new to the channel, or if you are new to the channel rather, then you might need to know that I'm not a financial advisor. I've just been trading for over 15 years and I love teaching people how to trade. I create a trading community and I have a trading academy. I send out signals for every single trade I take. CryptoCache.tech is the website, link in the description below. Check that out and see if you want to become a better trader. It's really the best way to do that. Just because you have a full community at your back, we can all learn and grow together, bounce ideas off each other. We have weekly roundtable discussions. In fact, we talked a lot about Fantom yesterday and the fact that it's taken quite a hit based on the leader, so to speak, stepping down. So a lot of the coins that are associated with this, Keeper and Yearn Finance, a handful of others, are all suffering right now because of that. So just keep that in mind. That has a lot to do with it. Will it bounce back? I think it will. I think Fantom is a coin that you can probably expect to see come back, because that wasn't just that one person wasn't what it represents. There's a lot more in this ecosystem, and I think it's still a good big picture coin. But you can tell obviously that it's not doing as well as it should based on that sentiment alone. Okay, because it's done very well in the past. I think it'll do well again. It's just going to take some time. All right. Anyways, enough about that. We have a couple things going on here. So looking at the 1 day, we can see this death cross here, or just when the 50 intersects with the 200 in a downward fashion. It's similar to MACD divergence, where the 12 intersects with the 26 in a downward fashion, right? Kind of tells us that there's a shift in momentum from bearish to bullish. So in this regard, however, more so importantly, we're looking at a shift in momentum from bullish to bearish, and that could push the price action down lower. But since the price isn't quite intersecting with that, it's not a big deal. Okay. In other words, the 50 will come down, average itself out, price will come up and either reject this or continue or possibly break right through. We don't truly know, but the 50 does tend to work as a resistance, and we'll just know if the price were to come back up to the 190 range, we'll see some resistance too from the 200. All right. Just something to know for future reference. RSI is not looking great, but the lower the better in a sense for the likelihood of a pullback. I would not expect this to jump right back on track though. This RSI will come back up to 50 naturally if the price goes sideways. That's more of a bearish type of divergence where we could expect the price to continue to lower. Could hold the price action down. We'll see, of course, here what happens, but all in all, I don't love this chart here, of course, just based on the fact that it's contrary to most other coins out there right now, and it's not really advantageous, or there's nothing really positive here, for lack of better terms. We have a potential MACD convergence on the 1 day. That's a few days away, of course. We need to build more foundation of volume at this price point. And what's good though, at least, is we should have a lot of volume in this area too, and we do, because you can see that obviously there's a lot of volume here back in December, and then of course when it first ramped up September, it consolidated a lot of that resistance before it broke. And just so you know, this blue line here is essentially the key level resistance. That's where the 1 day candlestick could not close for quite some time. Then it effectively worked as a resistance here as well, and now it'll probably do the same. So we're seeing this kind of repeat behavior where the price comes down below that point. So the likelihood of Fantom coming up based on that sentiment alone is quite high, right? We could speculate that Fantom will continue the same behavior and reverse itself and come back up. Okay, again, these are patterns. They don't have to repeat themselves, but they oftentimes do. Again, patterns I think are just slightly more likely to happen than they're not to happen, right? So just kind of keep that in mind. There's no for sure increase in price here, but I do still think that $1.25 is a good value for Fantom, and it wouldn't be a terrible idea at a dollar cost average. I don't think the price is just going to keep shooting down lower. I feel like the worst is over based on its chart. So far, we need time to develop that, right? So dollar cost average is important because you can add to your position, get some skin in the game. Heaven forbid the price goes down lower, you add a little bit more, and you never put too much in at one time. That's the key to dollar cost averaging effectively, is to ensure that you're always using small amounts every time. You're not going to put a lot in every time. Okay, so DCA, I still think 130 to 140 is a good value. Just my personal opinion. Regardless of that fact, take a look here. We got the price consolidating closer, within this lower region between 129 and 147. So that's kind of probably going to be standard for a little while. And what's kind of crazy and weird is the fact that Bitcoin ramped up 8%. And Fantom did something almost exactly the same, about 8%. So I would expect Fantom to kind of coalesce with Bitcoin for a while because it's damaged and it's on the downtrend. Most coins that break free from Bitcoin are doing so in a way of it's much different than this. So just know we're not going to expect that Fantom to break out. There might be some fundamental news that we might see eventually that could push that. But for right now, based on technical analysis, there's really no reason for us to expect the price to continue to progress upwards aggressively. It'll probably move up synonymous with Bitcoin, but I wouldn't expect a tremendous amount, or I wouldn't expect a lot from Fantom at this point. It's too freshly wounded, if that makes sense. And the wound is still open. Anyways, that's kind of where we're at there. I know that's kind of off topic, but relevant still. Taking a look at the MACD, we had a MACD convergence, of course. We could see that did push the price action a little bit higher. But how high did it go, right? I mean, 8% is one thing, sure. But Fantom is usually 2x of Bitcoin, or 1/2 at least. Now it's synonymous. So we got to respect the fact that we can't expect a lot, I guess you could say. All right, anyways, broken record there, sorry. We're rejecting off of 50 on the RSI too, just kind of confirming the fact that 148 will be a strong resistance. I'm rounding up a little bit, but 148 is basically a strong resistance there. Look at the 1 hour. Quickly note here, and we'll call it a day. TD Sequential tells us we could expect a turnaround, perhaps to push the upside here soon. Now, when it comes to the Ichimoku cloud, where are we at there? We're breaking above the cloud, kind of, actually technically not. And I like to wait for confirmation. I actually did this with my Bitcoin trade yesterday, where the price broke above, waited a couple hours, it came back below, and then broke above again. That allowed me to take entry because it gave me that confirmation it's trying and it's pushing above and it's closing above. This is not a close above the cloud, just so you know. A push up and a push down the same time frame. Doji candle doesn't do anything on a cloud breakthrough. Same thing as this as well. Obviously, it's getting rejected, so this is working as a resistance, and the price could very well continue lower from here. All right, until it breaks above, I would not consider taking entry. We also have the lagging span kind of intersecting with the price action here too. So really, there's no reason to want to consider taking entry, even if we get the price to break above the cloud. At least not for some time. We're going to wait another 24 hours before you have that confidence in taking a position. So again, if you're going to try to take, just say like a day trade, for example, for Fantom, probably not the best coin to do that with. Lower volume, lower volatility, and just in general, we shouldn't expect greatness from this coin. Again, I know I keep beating the dead horse, but there's just no other way around it. It's seriously damaged, and I don't think we're going to expect to see the price come up. Plus, we don't have confirmation from the cloud. Yes, we had a MACD convergence yesterday, but that's dissolved since then. So a lot of things here are not really going so well for Fantom. So I'd say just consider this as a good long-term investment. Potentially even a swing trade that might take a lot longer than you expected to get to your profit targets. That's okay. But to get back up in the $2 range, we have a lot of road to cover, a lot of ground to cover. We're not there yet. We need to be able to get higher highs and higher lows, and we're not even close to that yet. Yes, we have higher highs and higher lows in the 1 hour, so I guess there's that. But on the same accord, it's still very premature. So I would just be patient, DCA whenever necessary, add to your position if you believe in Fantom, which I still do. I haven't lost faith in it. Yes, it sucks that this happened, of course, but big picture, it's still got good. It's a good ecosystem, very good scenario there. Just know that this universe is damaged now, right? So if you're invested in Keeper or you're in Finance or a handful of other coins that were, tailored to this specific gentleman that left the company, then you got to understand that it's gonna take a while for those to recover. So try not to be naive in expecting a bounce back or a sharp increase, at least not in the immediate future. We need more stuff to happen, and we don't have that happening yet. I hope that makes any sense to you. If so, comment below. Let me know if you do find benefit here, of course. If you want to become a better trader, once again, CryptoCache.tech. I got you covered. I look forward to working with you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks again for your time. We'll see you next one.